Tyler with Ultraviolet Pools here, and today we're going to go over the quartz tube maintenance for the Paramount Ultra UV2 systems. You can either replace your quartz tube if it gets too dirty, or you can clean it about every 6 months to a year if you can stay on top of that maintenance. And we're going to cover both of those processes today. It's pretty much the same process. If you want to replace it, we just use a new quartz tube. If you're cleaning it, we'll clean the existing one. Before we get started with disassembling this unit, we need to turn off the power to the system, and we need to turn off the water pressure to the entire pool system. If you have a plug-in unit, you can simply unplug it. If you have a hardwired unit, you need to turn it off at the circuit breaker. And then once you've done that, turn the water pressure off to the pool pump, and you need to bleed the water pressure from somewhere in your system. Once you've done those things, we can continue with disassembling our UV2 system. First step is going to be removing the lid to the UV2 system. We have 3 screws here. I've already done it, and we're going to take the top off like this. The next step is we are going to remove the lamps so we have access to the quartz tube. Again, our power is already off. We'll unplug our lamps from the ballast, take the retaining spring out, and then we're going to lift our lamps out. We're going to set this to the side. Here we can see the inside of our quartz tube. The quartz tube assembly is being held on by this aluminum ring here. On some of the older systems, this is a plastic piece. All the new ones, you have a metal collar here. And if you want to buy a new assembly, you can get this in metal also. So we are going to unscrew this. If it's on too tight, you can use a wrench. This one wasn't on too tight. And we're going to unscrew this collar. The quartz tube sealing assembly comes with 3 parts. We have a gasket that goes inside this collar, and then we've got the outside collar here. So these 3 pieces are the quartz sealing assembly. Here we can see the top of the quartz tube is exposed, and we can see the O-ring right here. This orange O-ring is what blocks the water. This is really what seals this unit from the water. Next, we're going to remove the quartz tube. We're going to use gloves. We want our thumbs on the inside of the quartz tube, and we're going to pull up. We pull up, and our O-ring pops out, and we have our quartz tube. Now, this is a brand new quartz tube, so it's clean. If yours comes out looking very dirty and you think you can clean it, you can use CLR or white vinegar and water to clean the outside of it. The way the UV systems work is the lamps inside of the quartz tube shine out and it hits the water, but if your quartz tube is dirty and the UV rays can't hit the water, it's not going to be very effective. So Paramount recommends that you clean this every 6 months. If it's been too long and it's too difficult to clean, you can replace it, or if it breaks, you can replace it. Sometimes they'll crack up here. Every time you take this out of the system, you need to replace this O-ring. As it sits in that lip, it'll become a little bit deformed, and you need to replace it so that you have a watertight seal. So what we'll do is we're going to take this one off, and you can buy a 3-pack of these O-rings for your 6-month or annual maintenance from ultravioletpools.com. And we're going to slip this one right back on. And we'll roll it down until it's about 1.5 inches or so down. We want it to be as even as possible here. We've cleaned it, we're happy with it, we want to reinstall it. We've got our O-ring 1.5 inches down, and we're going to drop it into our housing just until the O-ring is sitting on the top of this lip here. Once we have that, we're going to take this piece with our gasket here, and that gasket goes in between the metal, this aluminum, and the top of our quartz so we don't damage it. We're going to place it on top, and with our thumbs, we're going to push down. And you can see as I push down, the O-ring is going to slip inside, just like this. Once you have it down to this level, we're going to take our collar here, and we're going to tighten it to hand tightness, so about right there, plus 1/4 or 1/2 turn. We don't want to over tighten it. So right about here. And now this will be fully sealed off from the water. At this point, what you need to do is make sure that you don't have any leaks. So you want to power up the system, turn the water pressure back on, and make sure you don't have any leaks around any of these pieces here. If you do, you need to start over. But if we don't have any leaks, you'll be able to see the water fill up from this quartz tube here. And remember, don't look directly over it. If it's not screwed on appropriately, the water pressure could make the quartz tube shoot out. You don't want to get hurt. But if you look good, then we're going to proceed with the rest of the assembly. So this is our quartz tube fully assembled and locked in. And now we're going to put our lamps back in. We'll plug our lamps back into the ballast. Put our retaining spring back on. And we are good to go. Next, we'll put our lid back on. And that's it.